Ready?
Mhm.
1, 2, 3. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the second take of the intro for episode 32 of the Ready Up podcast, where my voice just broke, which, Bobby, you probably should put in here anyway. As
I'll keep it in.
always, you keep it in. As always, my name is Niall. This is a podcast about all things gaming. Joining me, as always, is the bald bearded bruiser, Bobby Boucher. This week, we've got some news about the Switch 2, a potential Oblivion remake, and an update on my ponyism on Xbox's. I'm going to say resurgent, but it wasn't the word I was looking for. Xbox's. What word am I going to look for? Xbox being thrown to the side. I have discarded my Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
So the most important issue, first and foremost, Bobby, have you taken your Viagra?
I did.
What?
I did.
Did you actually?
Were you not expecting that answer?
No, it wasn't. I was going to say I heard another one.
I did.
You did? Well, what night did you take it?
Friday.
Friday night. So talk about it. Like what time give us a timeline so
people might be able to hear. So I'll ask me questions and I'll say yes.
Hear
or
your
no
reaction?
Answers. No, hear me talking about it. So
okay.
So ask me
yes,
questions.
No answers.
Yes, no answers.
We just well, I'm not going to ask anything about too bad at the moment. But what time did you take it at?
About half an hour before.
Before what?
Before the party started.
Indeed.
Yeah.
How long did it take to kick in?
I was about half an hour.
That's and did it Googling. Noticeable effects?
Yeah.
Bad or good?
Good. Weird.
Help with stamina?
Like super solid. That's what I'll say.
Standing on end. Like
yeah, it was like fucking pure on solid snake.
Like a fucking solid worm. How long? How long did it last? Not the sex, by the way. The
after it was done, it could have stayed up if I wanted it to, but I didn't, so it went down.
I mean, if you wanted it to, would you like a snake whisper? Did you say fucking start to whisper?
No, it's like after you finish, that's you kind of done. You just want to turn around and go to sleep. You still have that feeling, like, but I could have kept going.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Yeah.
No, but so you recommend?
Yeah.
What are you going to take again?
See, I don't need to. I wanted to do a few, mate.
A few?
Mm-hmm. Few.
How much you pop?
Just one. Fuck me. I won. I was just nervous about taking one. Never mind. Fucking popping more than one.
Lovely.
Yeah, well, I ended up in fucking A&E.
So you just had a good time. That's nice to hear. Wonder, like, if you conceive a child from Friday night, like that would be the Viagra baby. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, Viagra baby.
But yeah, but there's the Viagra arc is now closed. What's next then?
I don't know. What else do you want me to take?
We get a sex swing. Dangler from the ceiling, or you can dangle from the ceiling.
I don't understand that. There, like I've seen a couple of them on Twitter and stuff. And
who posts their fucking sex swings on Twitter?
Twitter's full of it. I followed some gaming girl on I think it was Facebook at one point where I was watching her. Because if I'm watching a streamer or whatever, like I prefer to watch a girl because I don't want to look at some fucking baldy ass bearded man playing a game. And I followed her Twitter because she put her Twitter out. I went on her Twitter and I was just full of it. I was like, what the fuck?
People are weird. And see, me, we'll get into it in a bit. I'm playing The Sims, so I went on the Sims Reddit page, and it's a bit of a minefield, The Sims, at the moment.
The people say play it like regularly.
Yeah, I'll get into the actual game, but a lot of YouTube, I'm kind of like watching things on YouTube, thinking, what expansions to play and so on. But you're looking at the people, and you don't know if they're male or female. They may be both.
Well, that's like real life now, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's very weird. Now, The Sims is very LGBTQ friendly. So, for example,
I don't like that.
It says, I told you this yesterday. It says for like your character, feminine or masculine, can produce milk, yes or no.
That's crazy. Is there like a can produce semen one, or is it just milk?
Milk, and then there's one about like have woohoo with male or female. Now, my character was for men in the game, and I didn't know why. So it automatically like defaulted to me like a men and women. It was weird. So I had to get that changed. I mean, you obviously seen the kind of the predicament I was in where the girl I was trying to get with got pregnant.
Yeah. And it wasn't yours.
And still showing up in the house. But it was her dad who was flirting with me. So I had like a fucking love triangle going where I loved her, but I loved her dad as well. And then she didn't like me. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she just sat and watched your TV while you went to work.
Fucking bitch. Bit realistic, like, isn't it?
Mm.
But I was on the Reddit page and people were like posting pictures and stuff, but there was these ones that were just nude men beside flowers and all, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like proper schlongs out. Bit like Baldur's Gate, the picture I sent you the other day, to be honest. I was
So
just like,
then obviously this is on PC with mods.
yeah, like The Sims is very, I think everyone who used to play The Sims ended up gay, and it's made me kind of question liking The Sims as a kid. So I don't know if I'm gay. I might be gay. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'm just a closeted gay and I just didn't know it. But maybe playing The Sims now
God
is
help Lindsay
going
if
to
she
make
can
me
hear
gay.
you right now.
I know. We're talking about banning fucking cottage living passes and all. Honestly,
Oh,
I
Jesus
don't know.
Christ. Here, speaking of
It's
fucking naked
worrying.
mods, did you see that video I sent on Twitter of Chun-Li, the Evo tournament?
I've heard. I didn't
Did you
see.
not
Did they
watch
actually
it?
show you a naked Chun-Li?
No,
No.
yeah, it showed you that had to be stopped because he
Oh,
forgot
really?
that. He forgot to take his naked Chun-Li mod off.
You definitely strike me as a fan of hentai.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Wouldn't appeal to me.
Now that Kieran's listening, he actually admitted to me that he is.
What?
He's watched hentai. Yeah.
I've never even watched it because it genuinely doesn't appeal to me. Now, one person that I know that definitely does, and he
Steve.
says he doesn't. No, it's Mark because he's big into
Uh
anime. He is
no,
super
we
into anime, and he says he's never ever watched it, which I fucking refuse to believe. He says the
he's
only
tugged
time
away
he's
to
watched it
fucking
is when we were at Steve's house, and I stuck it on the TV for him. He says that's the
no.
only time I watched it. I was like, no, that's bullshit.
So me and Kieran were playing Overwatch and I mentioned something about hentai. And he's like, I used to watch it. And I'm like,
Why?
ah, and he's gonna listen to this, and he's gonna be like, he's in bondage. Damn it.
I'm
He's
gonna
definitely
question him
talking
on it.
over
Whenever
he's
he
talking
listens to
over
this and taxes in, I'm gonna question about it because that's dirty.
he's and he's definitely talking over Tifa
That's
on Final
weird.
Fantasy characters. Do you know the first ones I ever seen? My brother, like when we had our PC, funny enough, it came with the
Simpsons?
Sims 1. Yeah, I told you this, didn't I? Like Mars and
No,
Homer
I was just
naked
that.
and all.
That's just one that I would have seen when I was a kid going
Yeah,
around.
like do you remember? It's like
Yeah.
fucking all this. We got our PC taken off me because I kept on showing everyone in the street porn. I didn't know any better. I was just a child, but my brothers and all fucking downloaded the thing. It was riddled. Fake Britney Spears ones and all. So yeah, the internet's still a minefield. You know, you've nice Sims porn and everything. You've Chun-Li naked.
Yeah.
Kane's probably fucking is living his best life.
I didn't
I
know
think it
he
was
was
because
a
I
wee
sent the
fucking
Overwatch.
hentai man.
I sent the Overwatch porn for a laugh, remember?
Oh, the photo, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So,
genuinely, it doesn't appeal to me. Like I know you think I'm a big anime fan, but I'm not. I like two. That's it.
yeah, there's like an Overwatch is like massive. There's like massive fans of that. I know that. Not that I'm into it myself. I'm not. If you are, I probably don't. I don't think it's extremely weird. But
I think it's a wee bit weird.
it's
Like
for nerds though.
it's
It's
not
if you
real.
ask me, it's nerds.
Yeah.
People, it's virgins. You know, nerds like literally just who are probably fucking playing Overwatch and wanking over Mercy and then wanting to see porn.
Kieran's actually like touched himself to cartoon porn.
Aye, fucking Ben 10. Brilliant. So how's the week been for you? Obviously, me and you, we've been playing a lot of co-op together, which we'll get into.
Oh, not too
Um,
bad.
not too
Works.
bad.
Asked me off now for a full week. Booked a wee week off.
You're a lucky cunt. What are you going to
Yeah.
do in your week off?
I'm just gonna play some games.
You will end up playing one game, and it'll be like a multiplayer game, and you'll just play that.
No, well, so I've got some stuff downloaded. I'm gonna get into. I still wanna stick around it. We'll touch on that later.
Yeah. So
But
anyone
apart from that, I've
listening,
nothing single player
nothing
lined
else.
up at the minute. Like apart from maybe Dark Souls.
I think you should give it a blast. We were talking about this, and you were like, because obviously Remnant, if anyone listens, it's like a Dark Souls-esque shooter with it's not really like Dark Souls, but it is
It's
just
not.
it's like
It
a
is and it
harder.
isn't. It's got like wee tiny elements of the Souls genre, but
Yeah.
not a
So
huge amount.
last night you says, "Oh, I should do Dark Souls 1 first." I said 3. I think 3 is the easiest way to go from Elden Ring, but if you're gonna play through them, like Dark Souls 1, you'll not be able to go back if you play Dark Souls. Oh, actually, I'm saying that because you can go back with Elden Ring, but you'll probably have to go back a while later when you've forgotten how to actually play as Dark
That's
Souls
what I'm
3.
afraid of. Like if I play Dark Souls 3, I'm like, okay, I really like this here. I want to go back, so I'm thinking, fuck it, I'll just go and I'll try and get Dark Souls to click. And I think I should be able to get it to
I
click
think
easier
you'll like
now
it.
because, like I was saying just before the podcast, I know I know the score, the bosses now. I know the learning
And then
method and things like that.
maybe next week you put some video off your playthrough. So we
And
can
I
see.
think
That'd be an interesting.
arguably I'm the better Souls player.
Then how?
The new.
Oh, because of Remnant.
Because of Sakura and all as well.
You can't really take Remnant. Remnant's a
Well,
totally different game.
but it's just the same kind of concept of it.
But you're saying like what? Sakura? Yeah, but
Sakura.
then we also agreed with Sakura. The problem is there that I have the Souls baggage. So to be fair, yeah, possibly. I'm not gonna say you're not. I don't really care that much. But
We'll see. We'll see
yeah.
how I get on with these other ones.
Dark Souls 1's easy. Dark Souls 1 and 2 are easy apart from 2's DLC, and then
Well, we
3
have
can.
all the DLC and stuff, don't we?
Yeah, 3's hard. 3 is actually like there's parts of 3 that are hard.
I like that.
Bloodborne's quite hard. But Dark Souls 1, see, this is where the problem comes is you can make it as hard as easy you want. So with Dark Souls 1, I know how to just, I'm not gonna say cheese it, but I know how to be overpowered. Do you know what I mean? So it
Well,
kind of
that
ruins
would
it.
be slightly cheesing.
But it's not because it's
But
an RPG.
it's allowed cheesing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but it's because
you're
it's an
working the
RPG.
system.
It's
Yeah.
I'm not even working the system. I just know what weapons to get and where to get them that are
Yeah.
decent. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like you could come across them naturally. Whereas Dark Souls 3, I haven't played enough to remember. Even Dark Souls 2, I probably couldn't do it, but 1, I have kind of a good
When's the last
idea
time you
of what
played
to
Dark
do.
Souls 3?
I played it in 2020. I played them all. I
Oh, did you?
played,
I
yeah, I
missed it.
played 1, 2, Bloodborne, and 3 in 2020. And 1 was the best by a landslide, actually. I love 1. Give it a go. Please, during the week, you'll actually hopefully like it. You'll see what I mean about the world design if you do beat them all again or play through them.
Yeah.
But for anyone listening, in January I was subject to harassment from Bobby and Kieran to buy a £450 Xbox that I didn't need, by the way, because I don't play Xbox usually, but I have a PC that has everything on it. So I bought it. I think, to be fair, I think we were playing a lot of COD at the time. And
It
it
was
was
actually before Christmas, I think.
It was before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we were playing a lot of COD. So kind of give me, I'll play there too and see how it works. Didn't really play it. Played them and Devil May Cry's on it. So if you remember back to that, and then we only just played the Remnant. So Remnant 2. So apart from that, I don't think I really played it. Played like
no,
4
I don't think so.
games.
Tried Sonic. We've been playing Sonic for a while on it, and then
Rest in peace.
yeah.
But yeah, so it's now up on eBay. Very disappointing, by the way. They do not sell, like they're selling for like £300. Isn't that shocking?
Yeah.
They're $379 to buy new.
CX probably give you 100 and something.
So it just shows you how many gamers know the Xbox is shite compared to PlayStation. I'm joking, but
Why don't you tell everybody
don't.
about how you felt when you came home there and you just says this needs to go? Why don't you just say it?
It needs to go. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like I don't know what happened, and I think you started it with. I'll
Why
actually
is it
kind of
always down to me?
because the other day we were
Yeah.
talking, and anyone who realizes I've been in a very weird mood with gaming since I've gotten back from Portugal.
Yeah.
So things were a bit tough. 1 second, Harry Kane's just posted on Twitter, TikTok, guys, and he's rumored to be leaving here. So I need to just double check he's not leaving. He's not actually. Well, it's not that. Right. Anyway, so I was a bit weird with games, so obviously I was playing a lot of my Xbox instead. And then this week I messaged you, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to get Armored Core on my Xbox. Then once it comes to FIFA, I'm just switching back to my PlayStation because I have FIFA, and then I have fucking
Spider-Man and stuff.
every Spider-Man and stuff. And you planted the seed. You done your fucking Bobby seed. Sounds weird. But you were like, I miss my PlayStation. It's premium. I miss my headset. And then I'm thinking, because I was playing with co-op with you, and I was like, the headset is something. But I think it was actually when Logan broke his headset, and I had to give him my Arctis 7Ps. And I was just like, I should be using these. And I seen how much I cared when I realized that they're so fragile because he's going to fucking break them.
Yeah.
But yeah, been playing my PlayStation, and it just hits different. I think it's like you said, it's like iPhone to Android.
It
Could
is.
be same spec, but I don't know. I'm more nostalgic for PlayStation. I am a pony in that sense. I don't hope Xbox goes away by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't know. I just don't like the vibe of Xbox's UI. It just feels like very much like the One X was and stuff. I don't know.
No, it is.
I don't
apart
even
from
know
the
if
new,
that's
the new update. It's kind of made it look a wee bit different. But the one that, if you don't have the new one yet, that is pretty much the exact same that you had on the One X.
like if you said, "Oh, now here's your Nintendo Switch," and it's a console, like it's completely docked, and it's the same power as the PlayStation. and it's got all the same games apart from the first party, and it's still got the Nintendo games. I'd still probably play on my PlayStation, even though I do like Nintendo, just because of UI and stuff. I just like better.
Could you picture a fucking full on 4K 60 Mario Kart?
PC, mate.
Be
It's literally on
unreal.
PC. It's on PC. But yeah, so it's up for fucking like £300, which is disgusting. But yeah, I came home and I said to Lindsay, I was like, "Do you want this Xbox?"
Does anybody want this in the house?
No. I goes, "Apple, do you want the Xbox?" And even Apple was like, "Ugh." And I said, "I don't want it in the house. Don't want it in the house. Get it out. Get it out of the house." I can't have something sitting though. It's like it's just sitting there, and it has been just sitting there. And I just want to focus on one console, and then I have a PC. And then I have the Switch is handheld. I'm not gonna fucking play the Switch for playing fucking a docked version of a third party game. If Remnant 2 came to Switch, I'm not gonna sit and play the third it on dock. Do you know what I mean? I would just play it just because of handheld. So yeah, that's what's happening. So Bobby, when you sit on your Xbox?
I'm not. I wouldn't do
Oh,
it.
okay.
I got it day
You don't
one. You know, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I still have
Yeah.
my day one 1X with a controller and all. It says day one on it now. Or sorry, not
Yes,
1X,
just
1, and then I've got my Scorpio 1X.
the switch in between is frustrating as fuck as well. Like
I just
being
don't, I
like,
don't like swapping. I really don't.
yeah, I'm just stick and play, and that's kind of what happened as well. I was like, I want the choice of just either my PlayStation or if I really want to play an Xbox game and that much, well then I'm going to play it on my PC, like Starfield. I'm going to have to play it on my PC, which is giving me a choice. It's actually giving me a reason to play my PC.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Are you going to play on
So
the
it was the right
monitor or are you
thing.
going to stick out on the TV? Because I'll
TV,
definitely be doing TV for it. Like
TV. Like I've connected my PC up, no bar. So
the
yeah.
only issue with Starfield is it going to have DLSS because it's exclusive. That's some kind of exclusive thing with AMD, which usually means that there won't be any DLSS.
I have FSR, do they not?
Yeah, but it's not the same for us.
Because it's shit.
Yeah, it's not great.
It isn't great. There's
That's only
another
one
word for it.
thing.
There's I'll say DLA.
Yeah.
There's the FSR, but it's called, no, it's MD something. It is MD FSR, isn't it?
It's a FSR 2.0, and then you've got 1.0 as well, but obviously that's the older one. But if it doesn't have DLSS, it's kind of a wee bit concerned with the likes of Kieran and stuff like that, who has a 3060.
Yeah, you just have your preferences. I know people listen to this. You know, Tim's obviously very much Xbox. Probably, I think, why would I play PlayStation? It's like people who have AMD and probably hate Nvidia. To me, AMD's dirty. Nvidia and Intel is how I do it, but that's just
It's just easier. It's like iPhone. It's just you know what ones. If you set an
doing it.
iPhone 13, 14 in front, you know what one's the newer one.
But I don't hope Xbox fucks off, put it that way. We don't need fucking PlayStation being ball bags. But anyway, talking off the Switch, let's get in the news. So, item 1, the Switch 2 has been pegged, like Bobby likes, for the second half of 2024. Would you let someone peg you, Bobby?
Not a fucking mission.
No, it's not my kind of thing, like.
No.
But just wanted to ask. Not me, by the way. I reckon Kieran would
I
like
reckon,
getting pegged.
yeah, I reckon he would.
He would,
We
wouldn't
have a mate as well, Ram.
Can
We
keep-
would keep him going on about it.
What, like Ramaku, you think?
Aye, he definitely gets
Peg him?
pegged.
Oh, really?
Oh, aye.
Yeah, I can
100%.
imagine Kieran just being a fan of it.
Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah.
would. If he would kind of, if his missus liked it, I don't think he would have a choice, Kieran. I think he would just do it.
I wouldn't. He'd be
He'd be
getting,
happy with
like,
it.
He's a cuddler, and also he'd probably like she'd be like spooning him and pegging him at
Yeah.
the same time.
I'm thanking her after.
Oh, thanks for that. Nintendo's next generation console is slowly starting to come into focus. The Switch's successor is slated for release in the second half of 2024, according to a new report from VGC, citing anonymous development sources. Some key partner studios reportedly already have dev kits for the device. While details on Nintendo's next-gen hardware is scant, it will reportedly be playable as a portable device just like the Switch and will support cartridge-based games. The system will reportedly feature an LCD screen, not an OLED, fuck my life, which aligns with reporting from Bloomberg that Sharp is manufacturing the screens. Sharp are fucking shite.
Yeah.
The latest report on what is colloquially, isn't it? Known as Switch 2. Colloquially? Oh my god,
Collectively? Where is it?
it's not collectively. It's
Oh no,
collectively.
I wasn't even looking at it.
Yeah, so it's colloquially known as Switch 2.
It's known
in
as the
line with-
Switch 2.
Right, it's known as the Switch 2. He expects the floodgates are going to open as more studios get their hands on the dev kits. So once the more studios get the dev kits, we're going to hear a lot more about this as the predicament. Or the predicting. Fucking hell.
Can't
The
read that
prediction.
one. Yeah.
Nintendo has not formally announced its next console and has ruled out releasing one anytime prior to April 1st, 2024. So, think it is likely or unlikely that we see the Nintendo Switch in the second half of 2024, Bobby? What do
Yeah,
you think?
I think that's when we're getting it.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think we're going to
So,
get it for next holiday.
7 years, March 17th, 2017, I think, or it was 2017 was when it first came out. What does it come with? Because Super Mario Wonder, they probably should just held off of that. Honestly,
It's
when you think about it,
it's going to
cross
come
pro,
with a new Odyssey sequel to
right?
that, I think.
I agree. Yeah, yeah,
It'll have Tears of the Kingdom.
boosted. Yeah,
Yeah, boosted
absolutely.
in some way. I think it's definitely an LCD. I actually said this months ago when we were kind of speculating about it. I don't think it's going to be OLED. And it's coming out, and
Yeah,
it's not going to be OLED. I think they'll do it pretty much the same way as they've done it. They'll do LCD first. There'll be one choice. There'll not be like a premium model at the start, and then maybe down the line they'll just do the same as what they've done with the normal Switch and do a light version maybe, and then do like a premium version where it looks better. It's kind of disappointing though
the
at the same time. Like
same
I'd rather
side of
just
Joy-Cons and shit. You think? Yeah, like it's gonna look
yeah.
visually the same.
I think visually it's going to be pretty much the same. I'm hoping to make it a wee bit more comfortable
I think
to
we'll still
hold.
get the kind of the Switch OLED dock at the back. You know, or the like feet at the back where it kind of has that whole back
Oh
twisting out.
yes, yes. Because that's far better than that wee one
The
that was
wee
on the normal
dingy
switches. I
one.
don't know how many times I went through like just broke off, just so flimsy.
Yeah, you'll probably see a lot more. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot more fucking ports of upres.
Yeah,
You know, Tears of the Kingdom. No, they're gonna do the
Mario
definitive
Kart 8.
edition with DLC, and they're gonna charge you for it,
Oh
full
yeah,
price,
and people will pay it.
100%.
Yeah, that's
Mario
what
Kart 8,
Nintendo do.
120 hertz.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know about that now. What do you
Well,
think? What do you think
well,
the res and stuff's going to be on the handheld? What do you think we're getting?
the problem is with 1080. I don't know if 1080p's because they're thinking this is more like PS4 spec, isn't it? Realistically,
Yeah, we
you
but
know, you're not.
I would like to see 1080 60.
I think it'll be in between a PS4 and a PS. I'm going to say PS Pro, but probably not even. You're just probably talking a wee bit more powerful than a PS4,
Yeah,
and I think you'll get 900p.
I'd see as long as it's 60 FPS, I'd be happy enough for that.
Maybe even 720p. Like I don't mind it that much on that small of a screen. Depends if the screen's going bigger than you probably want, but I think you might see a 1080p screen, but most games running at 900p.
Yeah, because what's the Steam Deck's 800p, isn't it? And then it's the Asus ROG. It's 1080,
1080.
120.
Because I want to keep costs down as well. So
Yeah,
it's
that's exactly
obviously
why
keep
they're not
costs,
launching with the OLED straight away to keep costs down because they don't want to
but there,
launch this out the gate at a higher price.
but you'll not get a 900. I don't know like how weird. Well, obviously I'm thinking Steam Deck, but like a 900p display is a random
Hmm.
display. I don't know if that's even like a format. Like obviously even 800p seems weird, so I'm
Maybe it
not too
will be
sure.
1080, like you said, and then just games will run at whatever they're running at
And
to get them to
it
hit
can do that.
60, hopefully.
Yeah. Plus, if it's obviously they use NVIDIA architecture, so I'm wondering it's a Tegra. Well, the original was like a Tegra X1 chip, so if it's like Tegra X3, if it has DLSS, that would be cool. So you could just upres it, but
Yeah. Nintendo don't take a loss on their consoles.
do they not?
No, they don't take a loss on them.
Nintendo or
Whereas obviously PlayStation and Xbox do. They take a bit a loss on the hardware and make up for with the software, but Nintendo don't actually take a loss on the hardware.
see if I was Nintendo, no, I would do.
It's
Day
interesting.
and date. You know what I would do? Day and date remake. Pokemon Gold and Silver launch.
How good?
Imagine that.
How good would that be?
Imagine you'd fucking sell gangbusters.
Oh,
Gangbusters. I'd fucking bet.
amazing. Fucking right.
Yeah. Do you know
Unbelievable.
what I mean? I keep saying it. Now that I'm saying this is going to highlight to everyone in the podcast how much I do it. Do you know what I mean? Keep saying it. Um. So yeah, that'll be second half of next year, hopefully.
When he
Will
will
you be
get
banning it?
the announcement? Yeah, probably will, bet. Probably
You've
will.
been on your kind of Switch this week and all. Have you
Yeah,
got a
but
nice wee grip for it, didn't you?
it did, and it makes it feel so much more comfortable to hold. It actually makes it feel a wee bit more
Yeah.
premium as well. And
Oh,
it
does it?
fits, yeah, fits in the
Love that
dock.
screen.
So I've been
Well,
dabbling on it a wee bit.
I convinced Shane to buy Hollow Knight. He's playing on a PC. I don't know why you would
Why did he
ever do
buy it?
that.
Why didn't he just? It's on Game Pass.
He doesn't have a. Oh, he does have it.
He
Maybe
does
it's
have
on
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass. Maybe he does have it. Maybe
Because
he's
he was
doing
playing
Game Pass.
Axo. Unless he didn't know and actually went and bought it.
Maybe, but that game. Anyone who's listening to this, I actually played this before the podcast. I've talked about it a few times, but if you haven't played Hollow Knight, play it. Going blind, it's fucking phenomenal. Especially on the Switch OLED, it's gorgeous. But yeah, I'm excited. I love new consoles. And to be fair, you kind of said the other day, and you did kind of highlight it was like Nintendo's first party games, like apart from Metroid and Zelda, what I really like. And I'm like, yeah, like I like Mario, but the Mario I liked is only Mario 64. But
Yeah, and the Mario I liked was Super Nintendo or Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo.
you might like Fire Emblem. If you like the style of Baldur's Gate combat, that's very Fire Emblem-esque, although Fire Emblem's a bit more simple, but very popular games as well. So moving on from there, item 2, new leak claims Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4 is getting a remake. A now deleted Reddit post, reportedly written by a former Virtuous Games employee, may have revealed some interesting information. According to the leak, Virtuous Games is currently working on a remake or remaster of ES4, sorry, Elder Scrolls Online. Leak has been met with some doubt from the gaming community, especially with the existence of the community-made Skyblivion mod, which is, I think Skyrim, or Oblivion was made in Skyrim's engine, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you covered that before, a few weeks ago. Virtuous Games is most well known for supporting other studios with console ports, remasters, and more, and is known to be working on Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. So, likely or unlikely, Bobby, that we
Likely.
see. Oh, you're actually going the kind of, oh yeah, I actually think
And
it's
here's
likely.
why. Here's
Okay,
why. Because we're not getting Elder Scrolls until like 2028, 2029.
Absolutely.
Elder Scrolls 6. So I think it makes sense to have that kind of in between Starfield and Elder Scrolls to kind of fill that Bethesda gap, that mainstream Bethesda gap. And I think it'd be class because I never actually played Oblivion.
Oh, did you know? I played a wee bit.
No.
Do you remember? I remember actually my first time seeing it was in Big O's, and they had it, and it was fucking gorgeous looking. It was like 2005. It was like phenomenal. Great cast and
I
all.
would
I played a
be
wee bit.
interested to play it. I think a lot of people actually prefer it over Skyrim.
What I would say, maybe what they're maybe doing wrong here, is I would obviously Oblivion's more well loved. Well, I must say it's more well loved. It's probably more widely loved because the next one's a bit more. Well, I was going to say niche because it did get released. What about Morrowind would make more sense, surely, and then you can go into Oblivion.
I heard someone say that actually. I remember. Oh, fuck, what podcast it was, but some people were saying like Morrowind would have made more sense.
Yeah, because then you can have that. Oh well, we'll do the thing next. But
It was OG
Morrowind,
Xbox, wasn't it?
yeah, it was on Xbox. But like, supposedly that game didn't have like directions and all. Like, if you know, like in a game now, you kind of get like the arrow symbol off where to go.
Todd Howard doesn't like that.
Doesn't like the arrow symbol and shit.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't like a mini map or anything. That's one thing that Steve was saying. He plays Elder Scrolls. He actually downloaded the mod to have a mini map. He doesn't like that there because he likes you being just immersed in the world and trying to figure it all out for yourself.
You know what? If they did that in this day and age, I would probably say. Well, actually, when you think about they have kind of done that when you think of fucking Elden Ring and shit. They could kind of give you a slight guidance.
So
but at the same time, it's
slight.
But imagine just doing none. Like I would have a fucking heart attack. That's where my problem came with The Sims recently. It was like, well, how do I play this again? Because I need structure, and I'm really bad for that. Because I don't think we're as creative as we were when we were kids. Like, you're not like I couldn't play Minecraft. I'd be like, what do I do? You know what I mean? But
I played Minecraft a good bit. Like I really enjoyed it. But
yeah,
I wasn't
just
doing.
struggle.
I wasn't doing like what the kids do and just go around and build stuff. I was aiming to actually go and find the Ender Dragon and beat him, which I did.
I would even know what an Ender Dragon was. That's where my problem would come in.
yeah.
So I'd be like, what? At least you knew kind of something to work towards.
Yeah, it was actually quite good the way you done it as well. The way you actually had to find him. It's class.
Yeah. So Oblivion, I would be all for a wee bit of an Elder Scrolls game. Like I just feel like I react better to medieval kind of styling games than Fallout. Even though I fucking love nuclear war. Not that I'm fucking I love nuclear war. But I like the whole concept and shit, but then actually watching it play out in the way it is with Oblivion's a bit silly. You know what I mean? Give me realistic nuclear war would be pretty cool. Not fucking
I love Fallout.
build me another settlement, whatever his name is. I watched Oppenheimer the other week and that was good. You should watch that, Bobby.
I remember
War, the
saying
atomic
about
bomb.
Yeah.
Moving on, item 3. Killer Instinct's getting its 10th anniversary update with Xbox Series X and S support. No PC support, no. Just sold my fucking Xbox.
Oh,
Killer Instinct is the third game, probably is, in the Killer Instinct fighting game series, developed first by Double Helix and then by Iron Galaxy and published by Xbox Game Studios. Am I right in saying Iron Galaxy is helmed by the guy who was at X or PlayStation?
I am not too sure. The stuff that I know that they've done obviously was Killer Instinct, and then they were doing that. What do you call that? Battle Royale one. It's closed down now. It was the fighting one. Um, it was like wrestlers. It came out like last year. Only lasted a year.
So the CEO of CEO of Iron Galaxies is Adam Boyes. He done the Xbox E3 conference where he handed Shuhei Yoshida the PlayStation game to trade. Do you remember this?
Oh,
The troll. That was him. The fat one with
is
glasses.
that him?
Yeah, he's CEO of Iron Galaxy.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Released in 2013, the game was supported for years with new fighters, including crossover characters like Ram from Gears of War, General Ram. Fans have been passionately asking for updates on the state of the franchise and for further support in addition to a sequel. During Evo 23, a surprise announcement revealed that Killer Instinct is getting a 10th anniversary update with dedicated Series X and S support. In a surprise announcement, we learned that Iron Galaxy is working on the game with Xbox Studios on a 10th anniversary update, including improved matchmaking, a balancing pass. A balancing pass? Wonder what that was. What do you mean a balancing pass? I wonder.
I have no idea.
Maybe just maybe just checking the characters and making them more balanced, and 4K support for the consoles. You guys made this happen, said James Goddard, designer director on Killer Instinct at Xbox. This is why we did it, and all this is why we're doing a balancing update and a major upgrade to all PlayFab services, so your matchmaking's a lot smoother. Tournaments are easier and more KI for the next 10 years. Let's go. The note on 4K support is curious, as KI was already updated to 4K on Xbox One X and plays in 4K and backward compat. With that said, the Series S is to play Xbox One S version of the game, so there are clearly improvements that can be made there. So I tried Killer Instinct maybe when it did get the Xbox there, maybe back in probably January, February. Online was fucked. So I said it's like it's very much combos. It's fast-paced action. It is like kind of what I would want. Yeah, like it looks good. It's fucking very fast reaction. The community loves this though. Like I was watching Max Dudes guy or whatever he's fucking called. He always banged on about this. So it's nice to see it back. The only problem that probably having is a lot of. I wonder if they're gonna put in what's it called? The fucking netcode they're doing. Rollback is it? So these fighters these days they use like a certain netcode that predicts what your next input's gonna be, so that there's no lag at all. Whereas this is what's really happened with fighters online. It's always been quite laggy. So like the new Street Fighter and all has kind of rollback netcode and stuff, and I think they're bringing it into DB fighters. Whereas if you try and play it online, a proper fighter, what you'll notice a lot of time is there's just there's lag, input lag, and everything, and then people are just jumping about randomly. But I mean, I would bet they're doing that. If they are, happy days.
I think it opens the door for a sequel as well.
Yeah,
because that's one thing that the Xbox were saying, like they don't have a studio to actually do a Killer Instinct sequel. But now if they're kind of partnering up with Iron Galaxy again, I could see that coming, definitely. I loved it back in the Super Nintendo. That was kind of when I played most of it.
Yeah, I fucking need what was the way I just bought Street Fighter and I liked it.
I need to play that. I need to play it.
I don't like the vibe. That's one thing I'll say. The kind of the style of it at the moment. Kind of I don't think it's the actual game. It's the menu and shit. I don't like.
Aye.
The fighting ground. I don't know. I just don't like it. I think Mortal Kombat's one that will take to.
Oh, I can't wait for it. I'm so excited.
Combat's good in Street Fighter though. But there you go, Bobby. Killer Instinct. You'll be happy.
It was Rumbleverse, by the way. That's what they done.
What?
Iron Galaxy at Rumbleverse. Do you remember the wee wrestling kind of battle royale one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what they done as well.
So some news here, which is quite interesting. Do you have to finish? Do you want to add something to that?
No.
Okay.
24.
Right, next up. So, funny enough, item 4, Jedi Survivor, is coming to old consoles. So, in a move that might seem a bit strange, EA is bringing Jedi Survivor to last-gen consoles at some point in the future. EA dropped a bombshell during its latest briefing, stating that the port is in the early stages of development. Survivor released in the PS5 early back in April, Respawn had previously suggested the game would take full advantage of current gen hardware, and the main reason as to why it would skip decade-old systems like PS4 was due to this. Now the PS4 has a huge install base. You've got to imagine that the people who wanted to play Survivor got it for their shiny new console or their PC. Again, putting it backwards to a completely outdated hardware system seems like a weird thing to do. Although it's worth mentioning that the action adventure title has performance-related issues on PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
These issues are reportedly being worked on, but it does make you wonder how it will run on a PS4. So, talk to me.
Buy a PS5, you fucking losers.
I know.
Like, this is going to be really bad on the PS4, like 100%. Because it wasn't that great. It was like 720p on the frame rate road on PlayStation. And lots of
Caveats to this, so remember.
what's that?
It's run up with ray tracing. That's why. Like, we never had the ray tracing as a standard. That's fucking stupid. So it was bogged down
That's why it was
because of that.
the frame fucking, what do you call
Yeah,
it?
they wouldn't turn
Frame
the
towers
like,
and stuff like that, the tab.
because realistically, see if you had the ray tracing off, it isn't really that much of a massive improvement apart from open environments, really. Do you know what I mean?
It looks good. Like, I mean, that's what we were saying when we were playing it. Like, if it didn't have any frame rate issues or resolution issues because of the ray tracing, that would be phenomenal looking. Like,
I honestly can't even notice ray tracing unless it's on a PC and it's
because the PC's
proper
only
ray
fucking
tracing.
place to can do it properly. And
You
even
can
at
have these
that, you
wee
need to
dopey
have like a
shadows.
real beefy fucking computer to do it.
Now I'm going to give you a scenario here. If people are using the ray tracing, I don't know, like there's different implementations, but if you have ray trace shadows on, that saves you a lot of development time, doesn't it? Than having to go in and hand paint it in each part itself.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So is that obviously the turnaround time in this game was fucking incredible? What, 3 years, nearly 4 years, just
4 years. Yeah.
yeah, through
Good,
COVID as well.
great game was like overall, apart from the performance, like it was fantastic. Like I had one of the best platforming moments ever, like in a video game.
Ah, yeah. I don't know how. Well, I'm saying I don't know how it's going to do that. It's basically using SSD, so it'll be probably like a Ratchet and Clank, where it's fucking stutter shitty.
Yeah.
But then you look
Yeah.
at Hogwarts wasn't too bad on last gen. I heard.
No,
It's
it's just it was the load times, 30 FPS. Yeah, I think the Xbox version wasn't as good as the PS4 version.
Do you know what's funny? Like nothing's really pushing yet. Like even look at Remnant. Like it looks good, but it doesn't perform very great for how okay it looks. Whereas you look at fucking Demon Souls, I'd say it's probably one of the most impressive looking games so far for next gen. What is it? What do you actually think has been the best looking next gen game yet? Has there been a game that's you went fucking hell?
The ones that have played, I know. Well, I'll mention one actually first that I haven't played, and that's Forbidden West.
Yeah,
It's meant to be absolutely stunning and solid 60 FPS.
it wasn't at launch. There was problems. The NPC chat is gorgeous,
Aye.
but when it's actually in run about, it's it's good.
I know
It's
that
not.
because Colin talks about it all the time, Secret Symbols, and he just says it's absolutely like the best looking game he's played.
Yeah, I would say Demon Souls is better
Demon
just in terms of
Souls,
open world or in terms of the
yeah.
actual playing through the world.
For
But
me,
even
I
at
would
that,
say
like,
Demon Souls, Ragnarok on PS5,
yeah, but that's
and probably
Ragnarok
Forza
still
Horizon
feels
5.
PS4 esque. Like it looks great, but because it's still built, it's like Tsushima is obviously a PS4 game. Looks gorgeous on PS5, but it's still like they're not taking full advantage.
Aye, it's essentially just a PS4 game, but running better.
Imagine a
Them
fucking
ones.
30. Imagine a 30 FPS God of War on PS5. Like they can't push it any further. It's gonna be incredible looking. So hopefully we never get that. By the way,
Ah, fuck. No.
but fucking hell. But yeah, so I feel like you probably could make Jedi Survivor work last gen.
Aye, you
Personally, I
could.
don't.
It's just I wouldn't like to be the person playing it.
Where do you see it? They'll probably have a lock 30 that right. They'll honestly it'll be not lock 30 on PS Pro, but they'll just turn that fucking dopey ray tracing off.
Yeah.
Item 5, Pokemon Presents announced for August 8th, and there'll be plenty to show. Pokemon Presents live stream has been announced for this August, or August 8th, which is Tuesday, where the Pokemon Company will update fans on what they expect from the franchise in the coming months. Broadcast is 35 minutes. A teaser posted Friday morning to Twitter didn't specify what would be mentioned, but it seems a good bet that the fans will get news on Detective Pikachu Returns, the sequel to 2016's Pikachu game for 3DS. That was announced during the June 21st Nintendo Direct. Other likely candidates for discussion are the Teal Mask and the Indigo Disc expansions for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, announced earlier this year, which is likely, and then Netflix stop motion anime series Pokemon Concierge, which will premiere later this year, and an update for the mobile game Pokemon Masters EX could also be mentioned. Wow.
Exciting stuff.
You're not going to get anything new than that. You're probably going to get that. Let's face it. But
I'd like a wee drop for the Nintendo Online of the old Pokemon games. That'd be nice.
I actually would play, like, that's it. Pokemon Let's Go. I can't play it. I don't know what it is, but the nostalgia's not there for me when I play Let's Go. Whereas when you look at that, just Pokemon Red, it's just totally different. I love the whole style of it. So I would love to do Red. Red will hopefully come to Game Boy.
Oh, hold on.
Back
They have a
combat.
Game Boy Advance as well, don't they? They could do Fire Red
Yeah,
as well, which is pretty much the same game. It just looks colourful and
just a
nicer.
wee bit better.
Yeah.
I never played Fire Red, you see.
It's
And
essentially
is there,
the same game, like.
yeah, so but remember we actually got, it must have been like 2016, 2017. We got, it was $14.99. And you should actually get, obviously I was working a game at this stage. You had the carton as well for the Pokemon Silver release. Did you ever get it?
The carton?
They actually give you the game in a carton, but it was a code. But you know, like the old Game Boy cartons, like the
boxes?
cover, the case? Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like a
yeah.
carton.
Yeah.
Did you bat?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
Oh, it was like it was for your 3DS. It was actual Pokemon Silver, but they put it
Oh,
in the actual
yes.
case.
No, yes, it's Soul Silver.
Yeah. No, not Soul. It's just standard.
It
It was
says
the
for
Game Boy
DS.
Color version.
Oh.
What? For
Right,
the 3DS, the 2DS and 3DS, they brought it out where it was back compat, but it was to kind of launch it instead of just giving you a code. They brought out these cases. That was the original case that you would have had. That styling.
Oh,
It
no,
was
that
pretty
would have been
cool.
class. I still
Yeah, I bought a
have all
2DS for it.
my Pokemon games, my Game Boy and stuff.
They still work. The
I
saves
replaced
on them?
I had to replace the battery. So the save's gone.
Lovely. Mate, I love them games so much.
Oh,
Honestly,
so good.
so
good.
fucking good.
I would love to know how many hours I put into them.
I could
it'd
have played
be
them
insane.
a few times over. Like,
Oh, easy.
remember?
Easy.
I see even with my Game Boy Color. Like, I actually got the Game Boy Color. It must have been fucking 99 or something. But I only had like Pokemon Red. Stole my friend's Pokemon Gold, who he still fucking brought up these days. And I had a Simpsons game. It was a Simpsons like Treehouse of Horror. That was it. But I remember I used to play it in
That's all you
school.
needed.
But
That's all you needed.
yeah. And then a fella I knew had the Pokemon trading card game, which I would go around and play. But that was it.
Did you ever
That was all
use
that.
like the link cable and stuff and trade?
Me and Conal Cash he had it and we would trade.
Class.
I remember doing that.
So
Sitting
cool, like.
I actually remember we obviously sitting out summer, just sitting out in the curb in the street with a link cable just playing.
Yeah.
Do you remember the fucking battery as well? Used to go, you had to get the fucking
Aye.
adapter.
And then because certain Pokemon only actually evolved by trading them over through the link cable. Like Kadabra and Graveler, they only went to Golem and Alakazam if you traded them over.
Oh,
So it was required, like if you wanted to complete your decks.
So I'm going to go off because we're going to get what we've been playing. I actually want to bring this into it. This week I've been on a lot. Like people will be surprised how much games I play in a week. So can I give you that? Yeah. So this week I'll let you have an idea, right? So this week I've played, more Batman. I've played The Sims Busting Out. I've played, Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers for 10 minutes. I've played Tony Hawk's Underground for 10 minutes. I've played Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets. I've also tried FIFA 2004, which was a fucking bear man up on emulator, which was eye-opening, by the way, with FIFA 2004. I don't know if you played the old ones, but fuck me. That was fucking mad. Prince of Persia: Sands of Times I tried, and I was like, fucking hell, I'm not going to play this. But Need for Speed Underground. I also have tried Need for Speed Unbound. I've also tried Most Wanted. I've tried Wreckfest. I play a lot of fucking stuff, right? Like I'll put it on and not stop playing. What I think I'm actually going to continue with is going to be The Sims 4, Baldur's Gate 3, and GTA are the ones I think I'm going to keep continuing with. But there's Need for Speed Most Wanted or Hot Pursuit, the remaster came out in 2020. I've been playing that. It was great actually. But talking about the Pokemon games, you think they're gonna hold up? And I actually was playing it on the emulator. PS2 is really fucking dated. Like Tony Hawk's Underground is still good. The gameplay on that is still
It's
spot on.
just
Like it actually
dated.
holds up.
Just looks dated.
But even The Sims, like there's stuff I'm like, oh, I could still possibly play The Sims busting out. But like, see Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers and all, like fucking see anything combat. I actually, you're sitting fighting the orcs and it's just you're going. You don't even know you're hitting them. Like all, and even the Sands of Time. So like, a lot of time you think games are good and then you go back and play them. Like fucking hell, things do not hold up. So when you do, like I went and played Busting Out, I thought this was a better than The Sims is now. So when I actually went to The Sims 4 and properly give it a go, I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually a lot, a lot better.
Yeah.
But do you think if Pokemon did properly come back, you would beat it, or do you think you would just play it and be like, no, it's okay, it's had its time?
If it came back as, if the other just brought back the original to the Switch Online, or done like a proper remake of it, where it's not like Let's Go where it babies you, I would play it 100%.
So what game? This all leads on this because obviously I'm done with the emulators. I'm not gonna try emulate anymore. I would love Tony Hawk's Underground 1, by the way. It was still great. Need for Speed Underground, still a great racer. You although using A or X, sorry, to
The
accelerate.
drive, yeah.
But then to be fair, a lot of the new Need for Speeds, they do still play quite good. Unbound's all right, but that Hot Pursuit one's pretty decent. But what old game do you feel like actually holds up? I know you're not really one to play retro games, but which one do you actually think? And when you say holds up, nothing's going to really compete with games these days. But do you think there is old games that you can play now and you think, you know what, it's still a playable game? You know, a lot of people would look at Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, which I can play, but they are a bit dated. Like 3 more than 2 actually for me. But
Yeah,
obviously Hercules Adventures, you just went back to that recently.
yeah, it doesn't hold up. The games that would hold up for me personally probably would be the old Pokemon games, because
They're simple.
they're simple. You're not there for big graphics or anything. It's just the gameplay and kind of traversing the world and leveling up and things like that. They would probably hold up for me. And what would be the other one? KOTOR. I know you tried it and you said it didn't,
Oh
but
god,
it did. And the reason why is because it is turn-based combat. And I think games like that can hold up because you're just in there for the, well, there's one of the best
Story.
stories. The KOTOR is one of the best stories ever in any video game, without a shadow of a doubt. So you're there for the story, the choices and things like that, and then the combat's just, it's simple. It's just turn-based.
Yeah, there is something to say with RPGs because, like, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, graphically did it hold up? No, but there's no issue with playing them. Even 10.
Yeah.
10 looks fucking ropey as hell because it's PS2, but it's still, you can still play it. Obviously, I played it recently, a few months back. But, like, Devil May Cry 3, I played the remaster that came out. I could still play that in one. It is a certain style of game. Like, I don't know what it is, but
I think it's the
fuck, you appreciate
gameplay.
it.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily. It's the gameplay that can hold up, but I think graphically not much can, unless it is like something like a Pokemon where it's just, that's just the kind of the art style, which a lot of games come out now and do kind of do that art style. We've got that one. What's that? Sea of Stars, something it's called, coming out at the end of the month. Like
Yeah,
an
I
old
can't really
school.
mention that.
Yeah, it's old school RPG style. So that kind of stuff holds up.
Well,
And that's
people
pretty
always
much
think
it.
about, oh, FIFA never really changes much and stuff.
It
Now, obviously,
does.
look, it's 20 years now. So, but let me just say, like, see, playing it, I'm like, fuck me. This feels like what I would have thought FIFA 96 played, but it was
I
FIFA
remember,
2004 and stuff.
yeah, FIFA. I seen a video actually yesterday on TikTok of FIFA 2003. Had your man Davids
Edgar Davids.
on the
Yeah.
front, and I can remember actually getting that in game in Lisburn. I'm driving home with it. I'm just looking at, you know, the way you just would open the case and actually had a
I
look at the
remember as
manual
we
and stuff.
fucking. You
His
wore
wee
these
glasses on.
goggles? As we glasses,
His
yeah.
goggles. But then it showed the gameplay. I'm like, fuck, like it's nothing compared to what it is now.
Oh, mate. Honestly, it's shocking. But yes, so obviously to get into what we've been playing, I mentioned The Sims a wee bit more. Kind of go in. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but really, I obviously grew up playing The Sims. I got The Sims 1. I had it on PC, the same PC that had Homer and Marge Buchan. Huge fan back in the day. Like I used to love the art style. It was before it was owned. No, The Sims. It was actually made by Maxis Will Wright was a guy who made it. He had done like the SimCity games. I don't think they were owned by EA at the time, but if you remember, like the art style on that,
Yeah.
it was kind of like hand drawn backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Probably don't even remember this,
Oh,
but
I do remember the Sims. I
Christ,
played a lot of the Sims, the original Sims, on my mate's
very,
PC.
yeah, very
Loved it.
nostalgic, even for the fucking music and stuff. So I've always been into it. Then I kind of went into it with console. Like I played the Bustin' Out, Herbs in the City, tried Sims 2, got into Sims 3. Never really took it to Sims 4, like at all. So it is a weird port on the fucking console because in the Sims 4, you basically emulate your mouse. So I think in the Sims like 3, you had kind of like it almost like a spotlight was dropped down and that was kind of just running about the place and it was easy to use. But
Uh-huh.
once you get the hang of it, mate, I'm actually really enjoying the Sims
Well, you
4.
said
Like
actually, you messaged into the group, you've actually just bought DLC for it.
two expansions. It's cost me 30 quid today.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
So
I actually
this is the
downloaded it
one
last night.
problem. Well, this is the problem though. It's like people say they're quite burr without it. Now you do get EA brought like an edition where it's free now, but you get the DLC. It's like get the work DLC.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just an enjoyable game. Like I sent you in yesterday, kind of what was happening, and it was funny because it kind of made its own story. Like this girl, so I was going to the gym. My guy's a bodybuilder. He's trying to be a bodybuilder, but I went to the gym and there was this girl, and I'm like, right, I'm going to romance her. So I spent like honestly 3 days ringing her. You can text in it and all now, voice calls. She came around and made dinner, and then she fucking rocks up the door and she's fucking wee bit chubby. So I just went, what the fuck? And I looked at it and she was pregnant. And at the same time, I was flirting with her dad, and I didn't know what was happening. So it wants me to romance her dad. I want to romance her, and then she's fucking pregnant, and then she's sitting in my house and watching my TV when I'm at work.
Your
So then I
work
just
as
started
a
being rude to
fucking
her.
performer.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start again now because I've got my DLC. I've got Cottage Living DLC, and I've got Seasons, so it can actually turn like snowy. It can rain. There's Christmas. There's Halloween. I think, but you can get all like the vampire stuff and all, and
Dangerous
all
for
that.
your bank account if you get into this.
Oh, mate, like I would.
Like, I was looking through the DLC last night because I downloaded it, and I was looking through the DLC, and I was like, "Fuck me!" There's so much. The vampire and all one, I think that would be class. I like that.
Yeah. See, I only ever had one DLC on The Sims 1. It was Making Magic, and it's kind of a good memory because my sister bought me it at like Christmas time, and I remember playing it and loving that. Like, but they're kind of predatory, like the fucking DLCs. Because I think Sims 3, right? Sims 3, when you bought that when it first came out, it was open world,
Mm-hmm.
so everywhere you could just go anywhere, and it was all kind of seamless. So The Sims 4 came out 5 years later, and it literally was bare bones. So it had a lot of negativity at the start. But what they've done is they've just added it on as DLC over time. Now they've always been kind of like that, but the expansions you got more in them. So for example, Making Magic would have all that horror stuff in it, whereas now it's like Werewolves DLC, Vampires DLC. So it's
Yeah,
just making you spend more money.
yeah.
But there is talk of The Sims 5, which should be out in a few years here, 2, 3 years. They're working
I'm
on it.
stupid. Like, when did Sims 4 actually come out? When did it release?
20, so they came out in 2014, so it's nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
And I believe Sims 2 was 2004 and Sims 3 was 2009. So did you ever play any other Sims games apart from Sims 1 at Greg's house?
Sims 1, Bus Night, Urban the City. Now that you mentioned that there, I can remember actually the cover art was like some gothic person or something on it, wasn't it? With like a fucking
Yeah.
rocker
It's
like
fucking
girl.
the Black Eyed Peas were in the Sims Herbs.
I don't
Sims
think
Black Eyed Peas music.
I can't actually remember anything about 3 at all. So I don't know whether I missed that one or not. The Sims 3.
Well, I was having an internal debate of like, oh, should I try 3 again and play that? And then it's just like, you know what? Maybe
No,
we
I
should
did
just,
play it. I'm looking at it now. I did play it.
yeah.
I
Always been a
have
fan, mate. Like, they are
4.
great.
I didn't really get into because like I'm an adult, so it didn't really appeal to me.
Yeah.
But
But it's weird because I was thought like I'm over it, and then just when stuff started happening like that, I was kind of like, okay, and I just ended up like I was having fun playing it, which is fucking strange. But
that's what you want. That's what you're aiming for anyway when you play games. Just have a bit of fun.
yeah, Alba's now playing on her iPad, but it's fucking girl. It's great. It's a great game for girls. Like Lindsay loved it.
Yeah,
Alba will probably love it when she's older. I remember
good.
my mate Johnny's sister playing it galore, Sims 2 and all. But they're good games. It's like the fucking girls Minecraft, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. They
I
get
guess
to make their
girls.
own wee fantasy app.
Yeah, but like Sim City, I mean, all those like it's weird because I don't really like kind of city builders. No, I don't mind them, but like the Sims is just very easy to get into. Now they've done a few things that I don't like. They've basically babied it too much, where your sim will do his own thing on his own accord. So if he's hungry, he'll go get his food. So I turned all that shit off. It's like, no, I want full control.
Aye, because like back in the day, if you didn't go to the toilet or anything, you just piss yourself or shit
Well, I
yourself.
think it's still like that. So I was funny enough because when they made it like free to like start for base game to
Uh-huh.
get more players there. And I watched the trailer, and in the trailer it actually showed you all the Sims in the pool, and then, and this is actually EA's trailer. They put up a big wall around the pool, and they all die, and it shows you fucking death standing there laughing and
Oh
all. It's
yeah.
like, oh, it's pretty cool.
Used to lock him in. Used to build a wee door back in the day in Sims 1 and let someone die, and then once he's in, try and lock death in.
I used to put fucking fireplaces all around the house,
Yeah.
all around the walls, and get them lighted. But yeah. So like, the problem with Sims 4, mate, it launched and it didn't even have a pool. Like, it was bare bones, and I think that's kind of what happened. I tried it, and I probably noticed it was bare bones, and it just went off it. Whereas now, probably a good time to get in. You know, you get some DLC, give it a go. I know you're probably not going to hop into it, but
I'm gonna give it a
you
go.
know,
Like I did download it there last night, so I'll go on and download whatever DLC you
takes a while
download
to get
too.
used to on the controls. 100%. It honestly it took me maybe half an hour to be comfortable with it. But once I was comfortable with it, I'm fine. You know, I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. So Bobby talked us to about Remnant Poo. I mean Remnant 2.
Remnant Poo.
Joking.
Yeah, we've been quite flat out at it this week. We've done quite a lot of bosses on it.
Good game. Very good
Yeah.
game.
I
What's
don't
wrong
know.
with you?
I don't know, mate. Honestly don't know. I'm
Good, not
enjoying it,
great.
and yeah, it's good, not great. There's
Good aspects. Double A aspects. I think it's too double A for what it needs to be to make me too much kind of. Last night was a kind of the catalyst because there was disconnects. There was
the
freezes.
the actual co-op isn't great. The way that you aren't see your stuff isn't saving. See, that would be me out straight away if that happened
I
once
like
to
I've
me.
had that where I don't like. It's just a bit convoluted because now Kieran's even put in a voice note saying we're really under par for where we are. I'm not. There's no real kind of progression. I think honestly, see if we were able to play this game. I was thinking this earlier. I would rather just a level system, like an actual level system, like level one. Why do they not do this in games anymore? Do you
I
know?
missed that. That's what actually Armor Core has, and that's I'm gonna like that a lot. It's just levels. You go and do a level, and then you're out.
That's what DMC's like. I like that because it's like, okay, well, let's do, and you could do it like this. So, for example, if it's done that way, level 4, London, you do that, and it's easy, hard, difficult. We go and do easy. We do it then normal, then do hard,
Yeah,
and then
or
you
like
do
even
that.
like
And,
a chapter where you can have a London as a chapter, and then you've got like 1, 2, 3, mission one,
yeah,
2, 3, whatever. Then the
I know
boss
people
fight or
probably
something like
don't
that.
want that, but I just found it a bit convoluted in the way it is, and
It's not very. It doesn't navigate you very well what you have to do either. Which in
got
that
the
kind of
Destiny
game,
syndrome, doesn't it?
it should. It should tell you a bit more. I know you can't even see anything, any of the
No,
exclamation marks or anything, where I can. But even at that, it still doesn't tell me exactly what the fuck I need to do or where I need to go.
no,
But
I do enjoy it,
the
but
co-op
it's
is shit. It's really bad.
yeah. I don't know. It seems a bit all over the place. Like there was last night, we're fighting, and then someone died, but me and you're alive. It was Kieran obviously died,
I
and then
killed
we
us
all
all.
died. And it's like
Even though
what?
like my guy didn't even go down, it just come up on the screen, you're dead, and I was just standing at the time. There wasn't even an enemy near me.
And then there's like one time someone threw one green shit at me, but it was a one hit kill. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Really? Like it just seems. I don't know if it's unbalanced or what.
The
People are
shooting
obviously loving on it.
the
Yeah.
shooting for me needs to be a bit more tighter. I don't like the fact that I can't hip fire either. Because when you go to
Yeah.
imagine if you're going to hip fire hitting RT, that's when your melee weapon comes up. I'd rather that just I press a cycle 3Y to get to it rather than having
Hmm.
that there. Because in kind of then kind of sticky situations where you've got quite a lot, that's when the kind of hip fire, you don't want to have to sit and aim down the scope. You just want to hip fire and get out of it, kind of dodge out of the
Yeah.
situation. So that kind of is a downer for me as well. The
Yeah. So
boss
anyone
fights are
listening,
fun.
yeah, go ahead. But yeah, I enjoy them. Like, and you are very good at staying alive, host advantage, and all that. But I know
Mostly.
you are good at them. No, you're good at the game. Like, I actually think you are good at games. I know I used to slag you and all, but no, like, because when I die and I'm watching you, you're like, no, your movement's good and stuff. You've kind of good awareness. Sometimes you watch Kieran when he's, you're dead, and you're, you know, there's questions, but no, I can't say anything. I'm really shocking at it as well. But
I don't
um,
know why, because like if you say you're good at all the Souls games and stuff, like you should have that kind of awareness of dodging and your
the dodge is
cues
fucked, mate.
and learn it.
The
Like that
dodge
fight,
is,
that world boss that we done, it
yeah.
was very much timing orientated for the dodge, like big time for them
The dodge is
lasers.
fucked though. But yeah, they're not just saying it's an excuse. The laser, there is literally because there's a problem with the co-op networking with the Dodge. And look, that may not be the case. It may be the case. I don't know. There is lots of things online about it, but I didn't find it. I found it was like just very inconsistent. But then once I did get the hang of it at certain stages, so and then the next round I wouldn't. So maybe it was just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I would just like it a
But
bit more linear, a bit more like of a golden path
hmm
for me, because I do enjoy when I'm playing it. I do enjoy it, but there is so many wee
no, last night
gripes
you could
with it.
probably tell me that was literally just I wasn't in
Oh,
the
I
mood
was
last
getting
night.
annoyed
Probably shouldn't
last
have
night
came
as
on.
well. I
Probably
was getting
shouldn't have
pissed
came on. I
off.
was just like I was playing The Sims before, I was in a good mood, and then you said about it. I was like, fuck it. I'll play, and then once we're in that level, and I was kind of fuck this, can be bored.
I'm going to
But
continue on with it with Kieran now if you're not,
you should, yeah, I'm done. Sure,
and
my Xbox is gone.
just to see how I get on, and I don't know, maybe we will fall off it or whatever, and then maybe just back in PlayStation.
Yeah, I like this. I like the concept though. I like a hard shooter, and when we actually beat the bosses, no, I like that. But
It's
you
good.
maybe probably best giving Destiny a go and actually having something that controls better. You know what I mean? That's at least got good networking. But Destiny's also convoluted. But it's the story in that game annoys me. Like
There's no
you're
point,
talking to
no point
some,
in
it's
trying.
I don't even care about it, and then
Yeah.
it's just a list of topics. Did you ever try and use the story? If
I played so Destiny 1. I played and was into the
not
story.
Destiny, I'm talking about fucking Remnant
Oh,
story.
Remnant?
Like,
No,
do
no,
you
sure.
talk to your cat? Oh
No,
my
fuck me.
god!
We skipped the cutscenes and all, like, and maybe that's why we don't know where we're going too much of the time as well, but or what we need to do.
Yeah, it's
But I
not a
don't think
bad game,
I
but
think the story is very much secondary, and I think it's the gameplay and bosses and stuff that are first. Which don't get me, the bosses have been decent. They've been good fights,
yeah, they've been
apart from
fun.
that puzzle one.
Yeah, I didn't even mind that, but I do like the
I
game.
just don't like puzzles. Don't like it.
I prefer if they did it more like Dark Souls, where yes, you have a story if you want it, but it's not really like you're not getting dragged down by it. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's me saying, do you know what I mean again? But yeah, you were saying last night you're thinking I'm bad at games now, aren't you? And they've changed
I'm
their
just,
opinion.
it's questionable now.
It's questionable.
It's
The
questionable
games.
now. Because you would have taken a piss out of me at the start of the year because I fucking apparently done Dead Space and all on easy. And
Well, there's my
I think I've proved my point by
If you
Platinum and
think
Sekiro
yeah.
and Remnant carrying you all week. Like, my back's killing me.
Well, what I suggest you do, Bobby, and this is kind of give you a good idea, and anyone who's watching this, I obviously have footage of me playing Sekiro,
Mm-hmm.
my fight with Owl, and if you're thinking bad, I think that's kind of a good indicator of my skills with Sekiro. I think it was amazing, but if I even look at it now while we're chatting,
Not saying that you're bad.
when you remember when we look back at Kieran playing Sekiro,
Aye, yes,
it looked like an
that's different.
AI playing, like a NPC.
That's different. But that's what your camera brought up thing last night. You were saying if you can beat Genichiro, you can beat the game. I don't think he can beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not me being an asshole or anything. Like, just watching him play, I don't think he can beat the rest of the bosses. No way. Not a
It's more if he
mission.
has it's just having patience.
Yeah.
Anyone can beat anything. I think you just have to have the patience to do it. Do you know
Yeah.
what I
Like,
mean?
there's just, it's not happening.
Yeah. So Remnant 2, you're going to keep continue with it. I'm
But yeah,
done.
we're
It's on
gonna
my
play away
Xbox.
and see how we get on. So
But
don't swap over. Don't give Logan as the account back just yet. Give me the rest of the week.
right, I will. What about Returnal? That we're going to do that.
Yeah,
Then
Returnal's
we'll see.
downloaded.
We'll see how we hold up actually, because that's
Returnal's
co-op.
downloaded. It's difficult because it is a roguelike as well.
Yeah, fucking, I'm not that
But
too
it's
good at it.
so
Like,
good. It's so good. The feeling of it and the shooting is great and the movement. But what I'm wondering is,
I will
do you
download it after this.
have the iframes with the lasers? Because I didn't discover if you did or not. If you did, then that changes the game for me.
I think I did. I got to the
Because I can't
which
remember
is
if you do.
I got to the boss up
You
in the
beat.
sandy desert
Aye, so that's the second boss.
top.
That's where I've got
That's
to.
where I got. That's all I've got
And
to.
I just didn't understand it at the time. But I think going in now with the
I
experience
think
that I've picked up.
co-op would be fucking phenomenal. I think we should do co-op.
Yeah. Do you know, I said this months ago, it was on like one of our
and I
fucking
was like, no.
within the first top 10 podcasts. You were like, oh yeah, I'll give it a go, and you never downloaded it.
Do you know what the problem was? Is I don't really like co-op, but I
You
think
don't?
because I really enjoyed the challenging aspect of Remnant.
Yeah. Returnal should be
I
perfect.
think by putting on co-op, it's not going to make the game easy, but I'm thinking it actually might not.
It makes
So I think it'll be.
it does scale as well in Returnal, so it is a wee bit harder.
How do you enable the co-op? Do you just do it at the main menu then, basically?
No, so once you go into your world, then and you actually start, there's like a wee thing you can walk over to, and you can initiate a co-op game. So I can invite you straight in. or
Well,
vice
on
versa.
7:30 tonight, we'll do co-op.
I can't
We can
wait.
use it in the.
I,
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I really loved Returnal. Like when I played, I think I put in about 8 hours
I think if
into
we
it.
play Returnal, it'll put you off Remnant completely.
But I,
You know
I've,
what I
I've
mean?
no, I've no doubt it probably will because
That
the
dual sense.
gameplay,
Actually, dual sense.
oh, the rain and all, and the movement and the gun,
Mate.
it's just
Get that.
different.
Your
Great, like,
wireless headset.
a good Steel series,
Um.
unbelievable.
So, anything else you want to talk about game wise you've been playing? You
Yes,
want to?
no,
Yeah, go ahead.
I want you to talk to me
Nope.
about Baldur's Gate.
Okay. So Baldur's Gate, right? I'm very bad for band stuff that I don't like the look of. So I've played a few of Larian, who's the game devs. I played a few of their games. So Disco Elysium is a CRPG. A CRPG is kind of like I don't actually know what the C stands for, but it's basically a role-playing game. Typically they have kind of an isometric view. And when you're playing it, your choices dictate the world. So it's basically Dungeons Dragon-esque. So with Disco Elysium, for example, it's basically a visual novel. But for example, there is a scene in Disco Elysium where there's a guy hung, and you're a drunk cop, and you're saying to another cop, that you can shoot down the rope. And if you roll a certain number, you can shoot down the rope. If not, you'll really embarrass yourself. So I love that kind of concept of the roles, risk and reward, things kind of happening on a dime. So that's what I like about them. Now with Disco Elysium, it is so much story. Like it's too much story, and the story's really, really awkward. Like it uses like kind of weird language. So that's what put me off that rather than that style of game. Now, on the caveat, Larian's last game, Divinity Original Sin, is also a CRPG with a combat focus, but it's too convoluted in terms of the systems, and it has a good bit of story. So I've never gravitated well towards that. So I was kind of staying clear from Baldur's Gate, thinking it's not for me. I don't typically like the XCOM combat style,
Yeah,
which is what they use. So essentially, you have a unit and you do X amount of steps, and you can do this spell, but then they'll do theirs. Now I do like turn-based RPGs, which is strange because you'd think I would like this. So I wasn't going to buy the game. Then Bobby did his typical, whispering in my ear like fucking
plant the
Littlefinger.
seed.
You're like the guy. Did you ever watch the Two Towers? Worm
What?
tongue, whispering in the king's ear. That was you to me. I'm sitting there dying,
I didn't
£50
really
up.
say much. It was just like, here, this looks good, actually.
So I was seeing what you had said. I actually read reviews and watched reviews, mate, and I still was like, nah, it's not for me. It's not for me. What changed was when I watched the Let's Play, and it had a very high intro cinematic, like quality wise, and I thought, okay, that looks cool. So I watched like the first 20 minutes, and what was really good about it was you can zoom right in on your character, almost like a third person over the shoulder. Now, upon playing it, it controls when you're playing it that way. It's not like it feels like it's not a great smooth controlling third person. You know what I mean? You're controlling it, but it's
Yeah,
not like
because when you're on
it's,
keyboard and mouse, it's point and click, isometric view,
yeah,
whereas it
yeah,
changes when you like the controller up.
yeah. But really like the story at the start and all was really high on it. Like the lots of skill checks, a lot of the dice rolls, all that plays massive kind of importance throughout the game. You can pick your penis size if you want one. So I made a woman with a dick and then changed it. Didn't want that shit. But no, I was really into it. I was playing it downstairs on my PC, connected to the TV. I was getting like 4K 60 DLSS on my 3070 Ti.
Nice.
Combat started in a few places, and I think that's kind of where I was kind of like, is it for me? Isn't it for me? Because I'll be honest, the combat I'm really hesitant on that style. But then I kept playing it, and then there's a cutscene with a character that I don't like. She's like a female orc, and I think that then I was like, right, I put 2 hours in, I'm gonna return it. And then I was something to do last night, and I kind of regretted it. And then the FOMO kicked in, so like fucking so much buzz about it. But it is very good. Like I watched the Dungeons and Dragons movie yesterday morning, and like the whole world, like I am interested, but I feel like I've never really given a game like this too much of a go.
Yeah.
That I feel like I owe it. Like fair enough, you know what? Let's really try and get into it and see what comes off it. But
I really want to get it.
it's the biggest game right now. Like everyone is so high on it.
Huge.
Everywhere I see,
There's
it's like, you know what?
it had over 700,000 concurrent peak
For a
users on Steam,
CRPG,
which is
I,
insane.
th- I think I owe it to myself as a gamer. Like I've never really given one of these games a proper rattle. Like Disco Elysium's the most, but even that was more the story rather than the gameplay. So I feel like, you know what, I just need to get properly into it and just see where it takes me. But
Yeah.
the good thing with it, it's not like text upon text upon text. Like you have gives you a list of options, you answer it and it moves on. It doesn't do like, I'll ask one question and it goes back and then there's like 10 of them, you
Yeah.
know? So it's a bit more smooth flowing. I think I just need to get used to the combat style and so on. But I refunded it and then I had like an internal debate for the past 24 hours. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to have this much of an issue, I just need to buy it again
Yeah.
and just give it a go. Co-op really intrigues me though.
That's big time. Steve started playing it the other night, and he messaged me that following morning. He was like, "Have you seen this Baldur's Gate? I started it last night, and that's me literally just off it. He was on it all night.
Fucking hell.
Like
Like the
all
co-op I
night.
was watching videos and the way the co-op works is like I'm one character, you're the other character. It's not like we control all of them.
Yeah.
And essentially you vote on what to say and kind of things like that. So I was watching the guy's review and he says he went into camp and the camp were all friendlies and he was all his friends. And he didn't like one trader. He goes, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking murder them. And he just started murdering. His mates didn't know what was going on, but he just role played the character, and then they all won the battle and just had all this gold.
That's class.
But it's just stuff like that. It's like it's just Dungeons and Dragons. Like everyone's so high on it. It's like I feel like I'm missing out by not playing it. It's like right, I'm just gonna give it a go. And if I don't like it, same with Elden Ring, I've given it the fair whack.
Yeah, I
So-
really want to get it, but at the same time, if I get it, I want to go and get a Steam Deck because I think it would be fucking awesome on handheld. I
Well,
really
this
do.
is the thing. It's on PS5. It's cross save. Just do it. Bad. Do you know what I mean? Just
Yeah. That's
why
right.
not?
I haven't stopped thinking about it since I was watching it and all. Just that whole choice and being able to do whatever the fuck you want. Like Jez put on Facebook, he
Just do it. It's gonna
slaughtered
if
a
you
whole
have it
fucking
in your
village.
head. It's one of those things. If it's gonna stay in your head, you're just gonna eventually do it anyway. Like that's where I was getting to. I was like, you know what? I could torrent it and stuff, and then I was like, you know what? Ugh, it's taking ages to torrent. There's issues with that. I've just bought it again. I was like, fuck it, fuck it. You know, it's going to torrent it by the way with the intention of if I did like it, ban it. Which I think, to be fair with these types of games, they should do a demo. Like they should do what
Is
like
there a
Square
demo?
Enix do.
Is there no sort of demo at all? No
No,
trial?
I
Or?
think they should have done a 5-hour demo or at least something like that because that's what at least Square Enix do a
Although
lot of the time now.
there's over
Yeah.
700,000 players on it, like, so did they really need a demo?
No, but it would have
It
been
would be
good for
nice.
someone like
Yeah,
me.
it'd be nice for us. Like, but obviously other people are just fucking going in and banning it. Like it's all over Twitter about how good it is.
Do you know what I mean? You're a gamer. You have a PC. Why not?
Mhm.
If we both really got into it, 100%. If I really became a big fan of it, I would buy it on console, no bother, and my save would sync.
Yeah.
So
See,
it's
that's
like,
what
why
I'm
not?
thinking, but it comes out in PS5 the same day as Starfield is, so obviously there'd be no chance of playing it unless Starfield sucks.
Yeah, it wouldn't suck, but yeah. So I'm glad about it again. I feel like there's a weight lifted off my shoulders.
No
I'm like,
more
it's
refunds now.
50 quid, 50 quid in the grand scheme of things. It's the only game I'm really banned this month apart from Armored Core, which, like I said, I put on my O2 bill. I spend fucking tons of money and shite, so you know what? Worst case scenario, I've bought something that's well recommended to play maybe in the future if I don't like it, but I'm going to stick with it. I'll put the time in now that I bought it as well, so I've a bit of a commitment behind me, so
Looking at the Steam
yeah.
Deck now.
Fuck the Steam Deck, man. Fuck it.
So good.
No, the Steam Deck's something like the Xbox, mate. It's like doesn't do it for me.
Holy
Did
fuck.
not do
Actually,
it for me.
the Series X have the 512 edition for cheaper than what you actually buy it for. That's a first.
Hey, yeah, man. Bring down your
5
VR.
520 for the 512.
How much did they give you for your VR headset?
Let's see. In store. 313.
Not bad.
313 with the charger. 20. That's an extra 20. I've traded in a normal Switch, which I have. 140. So we'll
Bear
get a
in mind,
voucher of 473. So it will cost me 50 quid for a Steam Deck.
it's not bad. You'll probably play it more. So as your VR's what up for 450?
I have it up for 400
Oh,
on
do you?
eBay.
400.
On eBay. Yeah.
Okay, they're going to take 40 quid off you. So yours 360 plus delivery. Are you charging for delivery?
I'm charging them for delivery.
How much you paid up before?
I think it's like £11 something because that's special.
So 360, you're losing 50 quid, but you're getting it right now. Yeah, it's up to you. But yeah, so probably gonna try some more Baldur's Gate soon today. I'll get some Returnal downloaded, play some Sims, playing some GTA as well. I'm actually enjoying that. It was a Batman driving around in the Batmobile, kind of put me in the mood to play like a racing game. So it's obviously trying a few racers. But GTA, it just felt like red at the moment, and put it on yesterday. I was having a wee bit of a blast as well. Mate, I'm
Nice.
loving the PlayStation. I'm actually loving having my PlayStation there. And I have my nice controller docks now. I'm getting my new controller tomorrow. It's coming.
Very good, isn't it? The controller dock.
Yeah, mate, it's handy. So handy.
I don't know why you didn't buy that at all. It's like I got that day one.
How much was it at day one? Mine was like £13 there.
25.
Nice.
I think it was.
That's not bad. I should probably shoot it.
And I got the camera and all too. I've got it. Don't know why. Just bought it. I bought everything you could. I've got the media controller as well. That's actually class.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's class. I know you watch like Netflix and all on your TV. I don't. I watch the PlayStation.
Or someone messaged me there on the eBay about my Series X.
Oh,
Hi there. To help me decide whether to purchase this, please could you let me know if there are any marks on the console or if there are any issues with it at all? Thank you. I've sent pictures of the console. I'm not answering if there's any. I would say if there's issues on the console, do you know what I mean? But that just seems to me that someone's going to be high maintenance.
Well, sure. I got loads of them fucking high maintenance Punjabi people.
No, I'm not going to even message back. If he wants it, he buys it. There you are. Yeah, but so more Baldur's Gate next week. Hopefully more GTA and Sims talk. Returnal, hopefully as well.
Hopefully Returnal, yeah.
But you see, last night having to be on my PC or PS and then switch over to the fucking Xbox, it melted me.
Yeah, pissed me off.
Even the PC, it's bad enough doing the PC, but honestly, during work a lot, I've been flat out in work, but if I have any downtime, I can at least hop on and do shit during the MRs at least. So that's kind of the caveat to that.
Yeah.
Other than that, Bobby, anything you want to
add? No.
That's all then. Another sweet.
Oh no, hold on. Games releasing this week. What happened to that?
Sorry. I mean, that's another short talk about games. Games releasing this week. 3 games. So WrestleQuest is releasing on PS5, PS4, Series X and S, Xbox, Switch, and PC, and it's out this Tuesday. Bobby, fill people in what it is.
It's a old school kind of RPG turn based with wrestlers. Pretty much it.
Serious Switch game, if you ask me.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm actually gonna check the PlayStation Store now to see how much it is.
Nice. Atlas Fallen's out August 10th, which is Thursday. PS5, Series X and S and PC. I haven't watched too much about this, so I did see something a while ago. It's an action game, isn't it? It's kind of like I just seen something based in a desert at one stage. Is that right?
In a desert. Yeah, it looks good from the. I'm gonna check it out a wee bit more. It looks better the trailers look really good for it.
Made by Deck 13, so the guys behind Lords of the Fall. No, The Surge. Okay, so it's the guys actually behind The Surge. So what type of game is it then? Is it going to be like a Souls-like?
I don't know. I think there's co-op as well, isn't there?
So what the devs say is rise from the dust and glide the sands of a timeless land filled with ancient dangers, mysteries, and fragments of the past. You hunt legendary monsters with powerful sand-infused weapons and abilities in spectacular, super-powered combat. Interesting, yeah.
It looks good. It's only 50 quid.
Only 50 fucking quid? 44 on PC.
Fuck PC.
But Deck 13, I don't know if I have much faith in them, but they're doing obviously the Lords of the Fallen. I don't know if they're doing the new one, but at least they have a few games behind them.
Yeah.
So we've got that, and then finally you've got Stray that's finally coming to Xbox, Series X and S, and one on August 10th. Okay. Is Stray going to Game Pass? No?
No, not as far as more.
Well, that's it. So other than that, if you like the podcast, like and subscribe, send us an email at readyuppod@gmail.com. If you think Bobby should take 2 Viagra next time, send us in thinking what happens if you take 5? Do you think
I don't know. Just fucking pop probably. The amount of blood just rushing through it. I don't know.
Okay.
Wouldn't fancy
next week, we should have thoughts on Returnal. See how we got on. This time next week, what part do you think we're on? Do you think we'll beat the second level?
There's
if we do play it?
5 bosses?
Yeah.
It depends if you fall off it or not.
We'll see. Time will tell. Other than that, goodbye.
Yep.